Hey everybody, Severed Games here, back at you with another video of a game that I have in my collection that I want to review. Now, this one is incredibly special to me. This one actually just arrived today, and it's a game I've wanted since I was 5 years old, so over 25 years now, and I finally have a copy of Tomba for the PS1. Now, when I was a kid growing up, when I first got my very first PlayStation 1, it came with a demo disc that had that game on it. And I remember playing the fucking shit out of it. I just would keep beating through the first level over and over and over again. And when I got a little older, unfortunately, I misplaced it, and Lord only knows what happened to it. I was able to stuff aside a little bit of money, bought myself a copy of it, and I am fucking stoked to play through this one. Now, from the little bit I played as a kid on the demo, I really did like it quite a bit. It was just so wacky and kind of out there, but yeah, it was really fun to play, and I really look forward to playing through this game, unlike the last one I did. So, like in the last video, I'm going to highlight some game footage from along the way, do some commentary over it of parts that I think are maybe a little relevant for people to know, or just things I want to express about my experience. And then at the very end, I'll give my little aftermath review of what I thought of the game, and hopefully it holds up to my expectations. So, wish me luck. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit easier than the last one. Alright, it's time to get to it, but might as well first check out the options, see what they might have in there for us. Any moment now, just going to be waiting on some options. Okay, well then. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're not doing that then. Alrighty, we're booted back up. Let's, fuck it, let's just start a game. And we froze. Okay. So far we are not off to a very good start. Okay, so after yet another attempt to try to start a new game, same thing happened. So I decided to do a little trick where when you start the PlayStation, you change the disc speed to fast instead of standard, and that seemed to pretty much fix my issue for me. Here we go, baby. Tomba for the PS1. At this point, man, when I started playing this, it was pretty fucking surreal. I actually thought, oh my god, I actually own this game. I'm actually getting to play this again. This was really quite a trip. Considering the last time was probably when I was 7, maybe 8 years old. Totally sick. Whoa, hang on a second. Did that thing just fart? It did. Oh man, that's fucking sweet. Alright, now I can't stress this one enough. Once you get the 100-year-old key from Father Time here, you then go back to the beginning, go open this chest, and you can get the 100-year-old bell. Now the 100-year-old bell, you can use to teleport back to him at any time, and he'll give you full life. Trust me, you're going to want to use that a shitload, considering this game is pretty hard and unforgiving. You're going to want to value all the lives that you have, and stockpile this shit out of them. Alright, and this is where the game really started getting pretty trippy, and I mean that almost quite literally. You pretty much just keep sending Tomba back and forth between a good trip and a bad trip, trying each one of these mushrooms. And each one of these mushrooms changes the background and raises and lowers platforms. Honestly, it was really weird, but I gotta say, it was a really, really neat concept. The only real bummer too is when you're tripping balls on either of these mushrooms, you can't use your weapon, which isn't really that big of a deal, but it is kind of lame when you go to hit the button and all you do is flail your arms like an idiot. Something else pretty nuts about this area, now I got really lucky here, but this whole area, until you actually get it memorized like I do now, you're pretty much taking a big leap of faith every time you make a jump. You have no idea if there's going to be a platform underneath you or not. Now the only reason I survived this one is I happened to hit an enemy. Make sure you save at the beginning of this level because you are going to piss through so many lives, and like I said earlier, lives are very valuable in this game. Now check this out, I thought this was pretty sick. At this point I thought the mushrooms were just meant to be annoying, but what was actually kind of cool about them is you can use them to open certain doors, and in this case you actually use it on this elf up ahead. Cry and laugh in front of him and he'll let you go by. I thought that was actually kind of neat. It's time to climb to Phoenix Mountain, and in this case, Stormy Mountain. Now what was that thing I keep saying? Oh yeah, save your fucking game, because the way the mechanics are in this one with the wind and all the cliffs and shit, you're gonna die a lot. So this right here was the bane of my existence for a little while. I mean, look at that, man. How the hell? How are you supposed to make that? That's crazy. And as if jumping on those platforms in the wind isn't hard enough, they throw a turtle shell at you, like out of nowhere. Just to make it that much harder. After a few failed attempts, here's me finally making it. I mean, look at that, man. That was close as hell. I have to say that was probably one of the trickiest little jumping challenges I think in the entire game that I'd experienced. Alright, first little Porky Piggy down. Only bummer though, I only have 0 lives left. And I still have to beat the rest of the game. And I haven't gotten lives for quite a while. Okay, so first boss beaten. 0 lives left. Now much like Tomba here, I was deep in thought on if I should press forward and probably not make it very far, or start the game over again. Nah, well, I said fuck it. I'm just gonna call the video a day here. I'm not gonna bother playing it again. Nah, just kidding. We're doing it all again. But this time, I'm gonna be a lot smarter with how I play. Fucking A, dude. Look at the difference in that. 17 lives instead of 1 that I had in the last playthrough. And I did it in about 40 minutes less time and got more experience. So I'm pretty glad I reset. So at this point you might be asking yourself, dude, why the fuck are you so obsessed with having so many goddamn lives? Well, the reason why is because this game, unlike Blasto, the last game I played, where when you would die and you lose all your lives and game over, it wouldn't really matter. You just go back to the last checkpoint with 3 more lives and you could just rinse and repeat as long as you made more progress to get to the next checkpoint. But in this game, when you run out of lives, it's just totally game over. You gotta reload your last save. As you can see, what I did here is how paranoid I was about it. Because I did that so poorly, I just loaded my last save again. So we're in the lava caves. This is where you use that grapple that you get outside this place, which is really cool, I think. I'm actually kind of bummed you don't use it more. I mean, look at that. You can just fucking spear a pig right in the dick. I mean, how cool is that? Also, get the umbrella. They don't call it an umbrella in this. I'm going to butcher what you call it, so I'm not going to call it that, but get the umbrella. It is so worth it in this area. Otherwise, you're going to fall to your death so much and piss away so many lives. It just makes it so much easier. So, on to my second pig. I'm in the lava caves killing this motherfucker, and he sucked. I did not like him. It didn't take me too long to beat him, but man, did he hurt. And getting him in that bag was such a pain in the ass, dude. Okay, lost a life. Tried again. This time went a little better. Dude, it was perfect. Spawned right in the corner. Bag was coming at me. Ooh, slam dunk. And he goes. 2 piggies down. This bad boy right here is a pretty sweet power-up, and you need to actually kill enough enemies to pick it up, not AP. In this case, you want to kill pigs and get your level to 10. Now what do I mean by your level? Here, I'll show you. that right there that I had to level 8. Once you get 10, you can pick up that upgrade, and it's going to be really handy when you get to the jungle. I'll touch more on that one later. So I just so happen to be in the same area, or pretty close to this piggy that I stumbled upon, who will be number 3. He himself, his attacks don't actually hurt you. His tornado just kind of sends you spinning around in the air and shit. But what does hurt you is pretty much everything else. Below you, there's a bed of spikes, right? And that's more or less what's going to end up leading to your demise, and my demise at some point. Also a good time to note that the wood that you can swing on as Tomba are sometimes pretty lame. It's like they're covered in Crisco, right? You can't even fucking grab on one worth of shit, and that's what ultimately killed me there. Dude, I died to this asshole like 3 times. Finally I got lucky, spawned right there, and boom! Hook, line, sinker in the bag. That stupid pig went. I was so happy to have this one over with. This was probably my least favorite one. So I used the flowers to heal the phoenix, rode the phoenix to the jungle, and this is where the fire upgrade is gonna be really handy. Look at this shit. 4 fucking damage, dude. That's half your health if you max it out. That's fucking ridiculous. But check this out though. Whoa, man, just tore through those guys. Alright, here's my 4th piggy, the one in the jungle. I actually didn't find this guy too hard. He was probably the easiest one to not take damage from. His attacks were pretty easily dodgeable. Really, the biggest nuisance was, which is probably the point, was the ropes. I kept finding myself grabbing the ropes every time I wanted to try to grab him. But look at this slam dunk. Oh! I mean, that was good, I'm not gonna lie. Pure luck, but still pretty sweet. Alright, I got some banana juice for Monkey Boy here. And it's time to finally learn how to swim in this game. Oh, look at this shit. You can't swim? Yeah, I'll teach you to swim. Fuck it, man. Just jump in the rapids. Go big or go home, dude. If you can swim in that shit, you can swim in anything. I guess it's pretty much the premise here. Oh, look. He's a natural. Something that I didn't realize, when you have the fire thingy on, you will always take damage when you go in the water. So, a little food for thought. I was curious why the hell... Like, I know how to swim. Why the fuck do I keep taking damage? Yeah, that's why. Okay, so you need to help these townsfolk by getting inside their machine room, which hasn't been opened in God knows how long. So, you talk to this dude, you tell him, hey, motherfucker, I need a bomb. To which the guy responds, yeah, no problem. I got one hanging in a tree somewhere. Okay, time to very recklessly blow up a door. How the hell did he survive? I think he should be dead. Remember early on, there was a puppy that you saved in the very beginning of the game? He is gonna be so fucking handy. Once you get some healing herbs that you'd find on Stormy Mountain, and then get a piece of fruit that you would find in the jungle, bring it back to this lady ASAP, because then she's going to ask you to get some seaweed by that mansion that brings you back to the beginning of the game. Go get the fucking seaweed ASAP. You'll see why shortly. Now when I said the mansion, this is where I mean. Get you riding the boat with this guy outside the Trippy Forest, pick that motherfucker up right there, and hightail it back to this lady in the village. Go give her the seaweed. She'll be super stoked because everybody's going to be so healthy. For one piece of seaweed will feed everybody for an entire year. And next thing you know, Baron wants to go along with you. Now you might be wondering what is so good about Baron. Oh, just that he'll teleport you fucking anywhere in the game? Hell yeah. I wish you could get him sooner, but I can understand why you get him this late, because you don't actually have to get all the pigs as soon as I did. You can actually kind of do them out of order. But you will be traveling a lot, so he's going to be very handy. I have still yet to wrap my brain around why in the world do we have a racing minigame in this? I don't know. Cute little idea, I guess, but I really think they could have done without this. The controls of this race are like playing Excite Bike for the NES. I gave this one attempt and then threw in the towel, since it's not an important part of the main story, or necessary for that matter. Okay, I went and saw the 10,000-year-old man. You go to the right of his place, you'll get the seashell necklace that we're going to be giving to the mermaid here shortly. Now we go back to the Haunted Mansion, go find the mermaid, and now she'll teach you how to dive. Alright, go back to Trick Village, we can go get those math beads for the old fart, and bring them back to him, we'll get the 10,000-year-old key. Hell yeah, so we're getting pretty close to the end of this game. Time for another piggy. The best way for me to describe this fight is awkward. He's not exactly hard, but the thing that was tricky about killing this pig was you actually had to swim behind him, kinda, and roll at him in order to grab him to throw him in the bag, which is really strange with these mechanics, and I felt like his hitbox also wasn't the best. This little piggy took more attempts than he probably should have, but I could not get used to fighting him underwater. But when I finally got him in that bag, man, I let out a huge sigh of relief. Alright, I had all the pig bags, only a couple pigs left, so I decided it's time just to grind them out and beat this fucking game. So this was another pig that wasn't exactly hard, more awkward than anything. You could dodge your attacks pretty easy. The only tough part was really getting her in the right spot at the right time to throw her in the spinning bag. So far, all the pig battles with spinning bags, I absolutely hate. After fighting this pig for probably a good 5-6 minutes, I started to kind of get an idea of a good spot I'd want her to land in to throw her in the bag, which was pretty much a big combination of just patience and luck. Finally, I got her in there. This is another pig that I'm really going to dread fighting in the future. Time to finally meet the last old man, the million-year-old man. Time for the last piggy before the final boss. This dude wasn't too bad, actually. I found the Jewel of Fire to be pretty handy here. You could just activate it right before he attacks you and completely negate his attacks. So after not too much longer, I made a quick work of this pig and man, we're ready to move on to the final boss. Or so I thought. The super evil pig frees all these pigs, and you're right back to square one again. To which the million-year-old man deduces that this is clearly a test. You need to grab 7 of your buddies, have them stand on these platforms, and you can finally make your way into the final boss. Truth be told, I was really not stoked to hear this. I mean, with the vast array of people you've met in this game, it could be anyone's fucking guess of who you're possibly gonna have to talk to. You've helped out so many people in this game, I mean, it could be literally anybody. This is where it's incredibly handy to have Baron, because you are going to be doing a whole lot of running around trying to track down random ass people. Not to mention, you're going to need Baron as your 7th friend. To be honest, I really thought it was going to be the monkey. Alright, it's time for the final piggy. So this little piggy's attacks was a combination of all the other pigs that you fought so far. Here it is, the final blow. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the final pig. The world is saved. Alright everybody, I'm back. Tomba 1 is complete, and I have to say, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty challenging at times, but that's good. That keeps it entertaining. Now, even though I had to play through it again to get more lives, it wasn't that bad. It was still a lot of fun even playing through the beginning again. If you can get your hands on a copy, I absolutely recommend that you do. The game is a little expensive these days. At the time of me filming this, the game can go for about $100 if you get one in the case, give or take. So, what would I end up rating this game? I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, quite honestly. The game was a hell of a lot of fun. The story was really sweet. I liked the game mechanics. I liked the weapons and upgrades that you would get. And it just had a very unique feel to it. I have honestly never played a game like it. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. It was a lot of fun to make. I had a lot of fun playing the game. I had a lot of fun putting the clips together. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Be sure to check in another 2 weeks and I'll have played through another game in my collection. Hopefully I'll dig it. I look forward to seeing what the next one's going to be. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.